I downloaded every major One Piece game I could find on the Playstore. Official games, fan-made games, even the One Piece games that millions of players are still obsessed with in 2026. And after spending hours testing every single one, I discovered something surprising. The most fun One Piece game isn't always the one with the best graphics. Some games look absolutely incredible, but get repetitive after a few hours. Others look simple, yet somehow capture the feeling of being a real pirate better than anything else. So today, I'm ranking the top 6 best One Piece games you can play right now in Playstore, and trust me, the number 1 game completely changed my expectations for mobile anime games. Let's jump in. Number 6. One Piece Stickman games. I know, at first glance, this looks like one of those random Stickman games you'd ignore in 5 seconds. That's exactly what I thought. Then I launched it, picked Luffy, activated Gear 5, and suddenly the screen exploded with crazy effects. For such a tiny offline game, the combat feels ridiculously satisfying. The animations are fast, the combos chain together smoothly, and every punch feels surprisingly impactful. You can play as characters inspired by Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and many others, using abilities that clearly take inspiration from devil fruits and hockey. It isn't trying to be realistic, it's simply trying to be fun. And honestly, it succeeds. This is the kind of game you open for 10 minutes, then realize you've been playing for an hour. Of course, it's not perfect. The ads become annoying after a while, and locking the rare fighters later on can take forever unless you're willing to watch even more advertisements. But if you're looking for an offline One Piece fighting game that runs smoothly on almost any Android phone, this is probably your best option. Number 5. One Piece Project Fighter. I wasn't expecting much, but the moment the first fight started, I couldn't stop smiling. This game looks absolutely gorgeous. Built on Unreal Engine 4, it delivers some of the cleanest anime visuals I've ever seen on a phone. Every punch, every sword slash, and every special attack flows seamlessly into cinematic finishers that feel like scenes taken straight from the anime. The combat is fast, flashy, and incredibly satisfying. You'll spend most of your time chaining ground and aerial combos while trying to land the perfect finisher before your opponent has a chance to recover. What impressed me the most wasn't just the graphics. It was the animation quality. The effects, camera angles, and character movements are unbelievably polished, especially during the classic Enies Lobby and Marineford moments. It's easy to see why Reddit and Discord communities can't stop praising this game. The only downside is that it's still rolling out through regional tests, so depending on where you live, you may need a few extra steps or a specific account to play it. But once you're in, you'll quickly realize why so many fans consider Project Fighter one of the most visually impressive One Piece games ever made. Number 4. Roblox One Piece games. I know what some of you are thinking. Roblox? Hear me out, because the One Piece community inside Roblox is absolutely insane. Games like Blox Fruits, Fruit Battlegrounds, and several other fan creations have built gigantic online worlds where thousands of players are sailing together every single day. The moment I found my first devil fruit, everything changed. Suddenly, I wasn't grinding levels anymore. I was hunting bosses, trading fruits, unlocking hockey, joining raids, fighting real players. The progression never seems to stop. There's always another island, another ability, another rare fruit to chase. Playing with friends makes everything even better. Some of the funniest moments I've had in One Piece games happened inside Roblox. Now, the biggest downside is obviously the Roblox visual style. Not everyone enjoys the blocky graphics, and if your phone isn't powerful, large PvP battles can become pretty laggy. Still, if you're searching for an endless online One Piece adventure, this might keep you busy for months. We're only halfway through. But trust me, everything from this point forward feels like an entirely different generation of mobile gaming. The graphics, the animations, even the gameplay quality take a massive leap. And number 1, that's the game I genuinely never expected to become my favorite. Number 3. One Piece, codename Partner. Now this was one of the biggest surprises on the entire list. Before I played it, I kept seeing people call it the future of One Piece mobile games, and honestly, I thought they were exaggerating. They weren't. The moment I jumped into my first battle, I immediately realized this game was built differently. The graphics are absolutely stunning, the character models look fantastic, and the animations are incredibly smooth. But the real highlight is the combat. Every combo flows perfectly, every dodge feels responsive, and every devil fruit ability lands with serious impact. The boss fights are where this game truly shines. Instead of simply mashing buttons, you actually have to learn attack patterns, time your dodges, and punish enemies with stylish combos. Every victory feels satisfying. It's no surprise the community has been hyping this game ever since the first gameplay reveal. From Reddit to Discord, players can't stop talking about the combat, the animations, and how polished everything feels. The only downside is that, depending on your region, you may still need a few extra steps or a specific account to play it. Number 2, One Piece Bounty Rush. This is pure adrenaline. Forget relaxing, forget casual gameplay. The second the match begins, chaos explodes everywhere. 4 players versus 4 players, everyone fighting over treasure zones. Gear 5 Luffy flying across the map, Shanks deleting opponents, Roger destroying entire teams. Every match feels unpredictable. Winning isn't just about getting eliminations. You need teamwork, positioning, timing, and knowing exactly when to push objectives. That's why this game has stayed one of the biggest competitive anime games on mobile. The community never stops discussing new strategies, new EX characters, and the constantly changing meta. Every update changes everything. Of course, competitive games always have problems. Sometimes matchmaking feels unfair. Sometimes you run into players who spent a lot of money, and server lag can occasionally ruin an amazing match. But despite all of that, there really isn't another official One Piece PvP game that delivers this much excitement. Number 1. Your Piece, Fighting Path. This is the reason I made this entire video. I'll be honest, the first time I heard about Fighting Path, I was frustrated. It wasn't easily available everywhere. Getting access felt complicated. I honestly gave up. Then, everything changed. I finally downloaded it, jumped into the game, and within minutes, I completely understood why the global community calls this the king of One Piece mobile games. The combat feels unbelievably smooth. Dodging attacks, launching aerial combos, switching between iconic characters. Everything responds instantly. Exploration is another level entirely. You're not just selecting missions from a menu, you're actually sailing between islands, walking through famous locations, meeting familiar characters, living inside the One Piece world, and visually, it's stunning. The anime art style translates perfectly into real-time gameplay. Some boss fights honestly made me forget I was playing on a phone. Now, yes, depending on where you live, downloading the game may still require a few extra steps because it isn't officially available in every regional Playstore, but after finally experiencing it myself, I can confidently say every minute spent getting it installed is completely worth it. This isn't simply another anime game, it's the closest thing we've ever had to a true console-quality One Piece adventure on mobile, and for me, nothing else even comes close. So, that's my personal ranking of the best One Piece games you can play right now, but now I want to hear from you. Which One Piece game deserves the number 1 spot in your opinion? Did I miss a hidden masterpiece? Or do you completely agree that Fighting Path is still the king? Drop your ranking down in the comments because I read every single one. And if you want more videos covering the newest anime games before everyone else, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This was your brother Uzumaki. I'll see you in the next video and definitely with a brand new game. Peace out.